What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is another Friday night live on what? Quarantine. You know what it is. Hey, man. What can I say? We made it another one. It's going to be another live one. We going to get it in. And you know I can't do it without my co-host. And I'm going to start right here to my left. Bam.
Now all nation know when it's 8:24, we be looking at the dough for the ho, cause I know when there's a Christmas uptown, ain't no chimney for Santa to come down. Now to me, PD, I had a lot, appreciated everything that I got, though I used to take my pops, and caught shaking the box, cause I knew I couldn't wait till the
Twitter, and other top social media platforms.
Sat in the silk. I'm chilling in the living room, wrapped in the quilt. I'm waiting on this fat red suit wearing, comparing my gifts to my homeboy next door to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey man, look, Christmas time is almost here.
Just afraid of happy head. But here we go again, waiting on the enemy to slide down the chimney. Look here, that ain't reality.
But that ain't what I'm talking about tonight. But Christmas is almost coming. I mean, it's a beautiful time of year for a lot of people. And I mean, have fun with it, man. But whatever it is, please just have fun. Shit, have fun whenever you can. Just have fun. It's a beautiful thing. It's not always have to be stressed all the time. Even in your stress, try to have fun in that.
We need some jobs in the ghetto. Too much gang bang.
We gonna talk about a lot of stuff tonight, but specifically, I just want to speak on your former Chief James Craig and his comments on DPSD schools. I think old boy lost mine, but you know, that's a profound Trump agenda speak, and I hope it works out because I think he forgot that there's another police chief that's running that has a fairer complexion than the man that's trying to be your next governor. But more power to you. The mentality of people who serve the right way. I have this conversation all the time, and I want to get into it tonight. I'm always say those of us that do the things the right way, we got a little tick upstairs, you know, and I really believe that what we do is not for everybody. It's not for the faint of heart, and everybody just will not, cannot, and wake up and do the things that we do. If everybody could, I think the world would be a hell of a lot different.
Absolutely.
A very hell of a lot different. But this is our reality, and it is what it is. I do want to say one thing, ladies and gentlemen. You can reach out to us tonight, 313-355-6018. Give us a call in. Please don't be a stranger. We love when you give us a call. It's very exciting when you all call and lend us your voice. What can I say? You all are very beautiful people out there. We had one crazy windstorm this week. I thought I was gonna wake up and end up in Kansas at some one point in time. Okay, yeah, we're getting on.
I mean, if you was on Belle Isle, I happened to took a ride around Belle Isle that day. All that wind was high, and I was trying to get out of my car. And I'm like, oh, is the wind gonna push my door closed on me? And I was like, literally trying to open my door.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You were on Belle Isle in the storm?
It wasn't storm, it was just windy that day. It was very high. The storm hadn't hit yet.
Oh man.
I just wanted to ride out there, just riding. But it was crazy.
Especially off the water, it just kind of
that water was just like man, it was crazy. Folks was getting blown to the side. I thought I was gonna trying to be big about it. I'm gonna walk out there and I'm like I'm heavy. Why is it pushing me?
Look.
My mama used to be like, it's too windy. I blow away. I can't come outside today.
I found my garbage
my door didn't go out either.
Grabbed several times. And it was like, man, it got to a point. I was like, I wish they hurry up, come get this damn trash because I'm not going outside again.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. I heard mine shaking and it just toppled over.
Man, it tore off the side and off the house next door to me. Literally.
It did. But I'm not. You know that big old dome down there off of Mecca 75, that fell.
Yes.
Really?
It deflated.
Yep. In the middle of the storm. No, it was not.
God, I'm gonna show y'all who God.
And you know what was crazy? Now I'm realizing when people say they hear a train coming in a tornado, man, look, I woke up or 5 the other day, and I said, "That gotta be a tornado, man." I woke up the kids was like, "Hey, we going downstairs." I went outside and was like, "Oh man, that's just a damn wind, man."
Y'all was getting ready though.
But it was crazy, man. Cause I was like,
had
"What's
a plan.
going on?"
That's what it sounds like. They were like, "We're going to the basement."
No, I woke them up. They was telling me, "Ain't nothing coming. We good." I'm like, "No, we should go." But anyway, the Omicron virus is finally in Wayne County, but of course it was already here. If one person had it, it's already been. A few other people already had it already.
People are still traveling. Yes.
U of M and MSU are requiring all students and staff to get a booster soon. I don't know why I have to say this, and I'm gonna wrap this up real soon. You got your thing coming. Tell your kids not to prank call schools after the BS that happened with the school shooting. And I'm gonna say it again. Tell your children. I shouldn't have to say it, but tell your children not to do that, because they can't wait to lock up a child of a certain melanin. And the fact that we have to say this,
literally,
10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13, 16-year-olds, come on, man. Like, are you kidding me? But it is what it is.
It goes on to the parents and their responsibility as parents. I'm just going to call it like it is. I mean, if you're teaching your children what to do and what not to do, I'm not saying kids are not going to be kids, but you can be a parent who have taught your children right from wrong. But some, if there had been one of mine, I'm going to tell you right now, my kids be like, please keep me in jail. I don't want to go home.
Pretty much.
I'm scared of mom.
Straight up.
Couple more things, and I'm going to go throw it over here to Roz for the Roz spot. People, wake up. Whether you like it or not, it's election coming next year. Get involved.
Wake up.
Whether you like it or not, I'm going to say it again. It is an election coming next year. It's a chance to put some new blood in some high places. It's a chance to get some things right. You got the governor on the ballot. You got congressional seats on the ballot. You got state reps on the ballot. Yeah. You got state senate on the ballot. And, my favorite, my favorite thing, you got commissioners on the ballot this year. And, yes, I will be running to be the next Wayne County Commissioner of District 5, the new District 5. But outside of that, people, it's a grimy time of year. You got people missing. You got people that's breaking in cars. You got people that's stealing stuff, doing a lot of ignorant stuff this time of year. Watch yourself. Be safe. Prayers and love to all those who've lost a loved one this time of year. I'm going through some things myself. So send love to everybody that's going through a loss at this time of year. Recent loss this year, a lot of open wounds are still there, and just sending prayers and love to the people that are going through that. I'm sorry I've talked too damn much, and I'm going to pass it to Roz for the Roz spot.
Thank you, Dre. I want to say thank you to everyone also that is tuning in to the quarantine this Friday evening. You could have been anywhere else, but you said, wait a minute, hold on, Dre, Roz, Henrietta on. We want to make sure we hear what they talking about, and we say thank you. All right, I'm just going to go right in. I'm Rosalind Osborne, your candidate to be the next state representative in the 9th House District. And I first and foremost want to say Merry Christmas, everyone. This is the season now. Happy holidays, right? And I had to say Merry Christmas because I want to keep the Christmas. And Christmas. The Christ, right? And Christmas, right? Jesus is the reason for the season. And so we say, why do we talk about Jesus? This man Jesus. Because he brought us love, peace, and talked about being unified, having joy, right? Charity, and goodwill among all men. And so that's what we want to just wish upon everyone this holiday season, that we be considerate to one another, because I don't know if it was this morning or yesterday morning, woke up to the news, and Lord, we have to pray for our city. We praying for unity. We're praying for peace and goodwill to all men during this season, while we talk about Jesus being the reason, right? Being love. We don't have to die for one another at this capacity, ladies and gentlemen. We need to love one another. We need to smush all them beefs, right? Put all that stuff aside. It's the holiday season. These is mothers and fathers trying to prepare and get ready for the holiday season for their babies.
That's right.
So I think we need to just think about that. And we want to pray for those that know that everybody is not in their right mind.
That's right.
Right? We know we all out. You just about to come on. And a lot of people are struggling during this time with mental health.
I'm just finna say a lot of mental things.
People gone.
Yep.
You don't have no one else to talk to. Right?
Only sources are gone.
There you go.
Homelessness is on
there
the rise in Detroit.
And then we know a lot of the direct services that used to be unavailable and that was a direct reach is not available like they used to be.
Yep.
So we want to all consider that. So as we say in this holiday season, we know we're going to give gifts to our loved ones and our friends and our families, but also to consider that person that may be in God brings to your mind to say do something for or think about or just be kind to. We want to be unified and want to be in one mind. And so I wanted to say that during this holiday season because I think we need to talk about more of just being loving.
That's right.
Or being kind. And this is that reason for the season.
It is.
To be loving and being unified and having just a one-mindedness towards
just a little bit.
There you go. This is what the world needs now.
It's
more
love.
Sweet love. Right? All right, and I want to transition into, y'all know them COVID numbers have been going up. But I want to say, did you not know for the seniors that they actually can stay in the comfort of their own home and call a number and have someone come out, get the COVID test, and get the COVID shot or booster, right? Yep. So I got that number, ladies and gentlemen, available to you. So we're 313, if you got that pen and pencil ready. 313-230-05. I'm sorry, 0505. I'm going to say it again. 313-230-0505. And that is for the city of Detroit if you want to get your COVID test or your vaccination in the comfort of your own home. And I do believe that's also for those that may be disabled and cannot get out to the locations that is available to. So I wanted to say that. And before I close out, I have to give a shout out because tomorrow is a big event, ladies and gentlemen. I have to just, give the knowledge to Team Ogburn that's just been working with me. Shout out to my team members and my kitchen cabinet and my friends and families that say, all right, tomorrow we got a Christmas fundraiser coming up at Marygrove Conservancy at the luxurious campus located off of McNicholas and Wyoming on the east side of the location. And so we want you to come on out. There's only a few tickets left. We trying to keep this big room so everybody can have their space and 6 feet apart, right?
That's right.
Then but there's only a few tickets left. Come on out, join us. It is a fundraiser because we know we have to raise funds to be able to reach the residents.
That's right.
It is the mailers. Did anybody know that the postage just went up 52 cents a stamp now?
Didn't know that.
And so when we say we need to send couple, reach out, say how are you? I'm running. Did you not know? I'm going to come in your community. I'm hosting coffee hours and things like that. We have to pay for that, ladies and gentlemen. No one gives that to us. But we have to raise the money to be out to reach to you. Or even do anything in the community, like any activities, right? Or when we say on election day, the people that stand out there and give you the literature, right? Yeah, right? And then we got to feed them. Some people come out there 6 o'clock in the morning and polls don't close till 8 p.m., right? Yeah. And so you want to feed them all day, get them a little stipend. Where do you think that money comes from, ladies and gentlemen?
Donations.
From donations and contributions from people like you that want to show up and say, she had a fundraiser. You know what? I'm going to show up. We're going to have a little food. We're going to do a little dance.
Okay.
We're going to mingle. We're going to talk about some stuff, especially living in my district. Tell me what you need as a state representative to be able to represent you at the capacity that you deserve. Because right now, leadership is very poor. There's no one showing up. There is no one doing the work, ladies and gentlemen. And I am already engaged as Block Club President, Precinct Delegate, to be again. I skipped it. I got to throw that back out there. I missed that little cycle. I don't want people saying, she lying. I looked up there, same thing on that. But I am a current candidate for Precinct Delegate again. And threw out that. But as being fully engaged in your community and doing the work, making sure people stay in their homes, making sure people have access to upcoming programs that the state is even about to provide. So, but what we have to say is, how do you know about your qualified candidates till you get in the room and have a conversation with them? And we're giving those opportunities and those spaces available. So I just say thank you guys for those who already purchased their ticket and know they're going to be in the room. And for those that saying, oh, yeah, I got to get my ticket. You better, because I do believe the window locks and closes after so long. I do like
what time is your event?
The time. It is 6 p.m.
Okay.
from 8 p.m. at Mary Grove Conservatory.
I think I registered already.
All right, thank you. So I know I'll see you there. I know I'll see O there also. So I just appreciate all your guys' support. And once again, why do we have these events? Because we have to support our candidates. Mm-hmm. We got to make sure they have what they need. And so I pass it back over to you, Dre.
Ladies and gentlemen, she just gave you an insight on why it's so important, why I said get the hell involved. Because if you don't, you're going to lose good candidates and you're going to sit there complaining, trying to figure out why nothing moving, why nobody's at your door, why nobody this, why nobody that. Because you had the golden opportunity to do something that we're asking you today. Mark your calendars. What's today? The 17th?
Yeah.
The 17th.
December 17th, 2022 at 8:15. Rosin Osborne just gave you everything you need to know behind what fundraising is all about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to holler at y'all soon because got money to raise, baby.
So we gotta do.
But with that being said, you are watching the Quarantine live on WJ, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ, the coolest station in the world. And so now we gonna get into this.
Go.
This past week, former Detroit Police Chief James Craig came out and said that Detroit Public Schools Community District, DPSCD, for those of you that don't know the whole thing, should lose its funding if it fails to show improvement in standardized tests. So, if they lose their funding because of tests, which boils down to teachers probably not getting paid to actually teach, they're not getting the resources they need. But you're taking funding from a school district. Because he didn't say one school. He said DPSCD should lose its funding. Where these kids going? And considering that
let's talk about it.
he's a Republican, can't. Now, you know what? Let me take that back. Not all of them are bad, so let me not even go there.
This is true.
I just like to poke fun because they do it to me. So those of you that I know that are Republican, what up, though? I'm about to have fun tonight. It makes no sense that a guy that just was the police chief has now such strong views. And it makes me wonder, how did you really feel on certain issues, you know? To say something like that, you've been nothing but trumperized.
That's it.
And you drinking the boss agenda.
That's it.
And I actually want to bring my dear friend Henrietta in here because she I'm just gonna give it to her.
I am a Chief Craig fan. Let me say it out loud. It's no big secret. That
No, she's not a Republican.
I'm not a Republican, but I'm not saying I have high respects for James Craig because I felt, as a Detroit resident during his tenure as police chief, I think he did an amazing job. I'm not saying that there was not some hiccups, and if they were, but I have to give the man credit. A lot of stuff was rolling in this city, and I feel that him running for governor, we all have a choice to run for those seats. Let's just put it out there. No one's exempt from running from higher seats.
Absolutely.
I think him saying that removing funding if standardized testings don't go up, or in other words, if the teachers are not teaching and students are not excelling, why do you give money to something that's not working? I wouldn't say take it away. What I would say was re-strategize how we will spend the funding. Let's find out why these students are not excelling. Because excelling in school doesn't start at school. Let's be clear on it, everybody. It starts in the home. So if your children is going to school and they're not prepared to learn, that is not the teacher's fault. Let's be clear on that. The teachers are not there to teach your child what you should have already gave them. They're there to enhance that, to build upon what as parents we should be doing anyway. So if a child is not excelling in school, it is definitely not the teacher's fault. And if it is, let's figure out what's going on. How many students do you have in that classroom? If you're teaching 35 to 40 students, you're going to miss somebody. Everybody's not going to get touched because you don't have enough help. You don't have, when my kids were going to school, it was 15 students to a class, literally. Everybody, my kids excel, of course, is 15 students to a class. So when we're talking about taking funding away, let's look at the resources, the reason why he say he want to take that funding away.
Let me open these phone lines up. 313-355-6018. I'm sick of looking at all these little smiley faces and dingity ding.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Hello, Miss Thompson. Hello, Danielle. Thank you, Erica Murray.
Let's hear
Maria. Thank you, Sister Ethel Kennedy. No, what I want to say is before you, to me, can go into.
Did I get the number out?
Yes, you did. It's on the screen, 313-355-6018.
Right.
Yes, guys, get ready to call in because we really want you to have an input
Be engaged
about this.
Yeah.
Because now the conversation to me should also include, we already know the dysfunction DPS had, right? And the attacks and individuals that went to jail for stealing. But then on the other level, there has been another attack against the DPS system due to the charter schools, right? Which is the DeVos string, which right now we know that she's intentionally throwing so much money to bring a divide against this public institution that is accessible to the children that are in the more urban and black communities. Now, where I'm going to pivot is because a lot of the charters don't have the capacity to provide the IEP, which the big schools and the public schools do. So this is what we have to say. Why would you come against the institution? But like you say, not say, let's help. How can we support
that? Right.
Bring more foundation.
Right. Figure out how the money need to be spent as opposed to just giving. Because in anything, you need to find out, if I'm going to give you millions of dollars, I need a plan. If you're just giving away millions of dollars or whatever you're giving away, and there's no real plan in place, just conversations and meetings, something is going to be missed.
Did the caller still on? Oh, somebody was up there. Okay. Caller, call back. We do apologize when you pop back up. Now, what I was going to say is that by having the additional alternatives, you water down the or pull out to dilute the actual DPS population that had us at the big schools, right? So you're busting our children out of the school system. But like you're saying, what do we have to compare? So that's why I just wanted to bring it both for the audience, for a lot of people that are not aware of DPS systems and the structures and the history behind it.
Absolutely.
At one point in time, and it's not one point in time, it's still out there. I believe Rep Danadar was what the.
You got somebody on the call.
Okay, I'm gonna get right to you, caller. Give me one second. I believe Rep Danadar brought it back up. DPS is owed money by the state of Michigan anyway. So you talking about taking money from somebody you already owe money too. So, but as a candidate, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like you just go, hey man, look, I don't think y'all should get that money, so we just call a spade, my dude. Y'all go y'all way, we gonna go ours. Do your thing.
We can't do it like that.
But what's going on, caller? How you doing tonight? Who we speaking to?
You speaking to Danielle.
What's up, Danielle?
I had to call it. Why break tradition, huh?
You know what it is. You know what it is.
So check this, okay? We just spoke about.
I would say we just had this conversation last night.
What did I tell you yesterday?
Same thing she just said.
The parents need to be embarrassed because the reality is they can't do no more than what you allow them to do.
Right.
I done seen many of my Caucasian friends, they will move further out just for a better school system.
Yeah.
Okay? They're not going to stay in that area.
Right.
We got to start addressing ourselves because I don't know what the young lady's name is, but like she said, it's education start at home. Okay? And if you don't value your education, your child's education enough to say, wait a minute, I'm going to snatch my kids out on count day. Y'all not going to get no money unless y'all step this up. We don't do that. and it's been going on since I was a kid. It was 30 to 35 kids in the class when I was a kid. I was one of those kids. I missed out on certain things, you know, and I had to go to tutoring. But if we don't start doing something about our educational system in the city of Detroit as a people, not as parents, as a people.
That's right, Danielle. I agree with that. Yes, yes.
You ought to be ashamed. Your kid, and I'm gonna even go further because some of y'all not gonna like me after I make this comment. But how the hell do your kids got Jordans and don't have a computer at home?
Say that one more time for the people in the back.
How the hell do your kids have Jordans and don't have a computer at home?
That's right.
I love you for the comment.
These tablets, when they went virtual, these kids is out here breaking these tablets, but you know, if that was your hard-earned money, that tablet wouldn't have been broke.
That's right.
Absolutely.
What the chief said, I disagree with because it comes off hateful.
I can
but
see that.
Somebody has to say something.
Right.
This school system is horrible, and I work in the school, so I know the stuff that I see in one school and the stuff that I see on the east side is totally different than that one school. Okay? And so it does need to be addressed. It does need to be. He should have said something. Hopefully it's sparking
I hope so.
a conversation. Because what that man said was not bad at all. What he did was told the truth. And you didn't like what you heard.
That's it.
But they ought to be ashamed of themselves.
I agree. And the reason why I say I agree because it does open up the Pandora box to make people think. When someone talks about taking your money.
Danielle, thank you for calling, but you know we're going to have to let you go because somebody else
I'm about to get back on Facebook.
Thank you, Danielle. My name is Henrietta, honey. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle.
I think that comment was, when it was made, it has a two side to it. There's a side that's going to say, you know what? There's some legitimacy in that. Then there's some hatefulness in that because why would he say it? But at the same time, it opened up the eyes of people like, okay, why are we getting this money and the students are failing? You know, we don't have toilet paper. They have budgets for things. So when you're talking about pulling something back that I'm giving you and you're not making it work, it's like throwing money out the window. So now you got to make people think, damn, well, what do I need to do to keep this funding coming in? How do we re-educate our teachers? How do we get more parents involved? What do we need to do to keep it going, to keep this money coming? Because this man talking about taking it.
Nah, this is the only thing I was going to just bring, and then you respond after this. Okay. Michigan. It's 39 ranked in the state of it on education nationally. The governor, in the last 90 days, just passed a bill. You remember? I think we got, almost 12 million towards the educational system. To be able to support the students more. Right. We just got the Build Back Better. Better plan, right? They just added
millions, hundreds of millions of
additional dollars to help support the school system to make sure our kids eat better. Because also, if you're not eating good, you ain't coming to school thinking about no damn books.
You can't learn if
my stomach louder than this teacher.
My head is fucked up.
Excuse my
language, y'all, but it is. You know, it's real.
So we want to be able to look at all of these levels.
Exactly.
But you're right. It starts with the home. But so ladies and gentlemen, I'm the inclusionist. I bring in those that have been excluded and make sure they're included. You're broke. You don't have no money to leave. You don't have the ability to take your child to a school outside the district. You barely get into the school that's in the district because it ain't even close to you. But they'd have told you it's the closest one that your kid go to. So you walk to school because ain't no bus line. And they don't have no bus to come pick you and your babies up.
Well, you don't meet that criteria.
So this is what they offer you. So, but like we started off. That's why, Mama, you got to get in. Because that's what you're looking at as a whole parent organizer. I started off just going to the kids' school, going to the trips. But if you don't get in the room to just say, let me see what's going on. Because sometimes you ain't even got no money yourself. Show up, they like, we got gift cards for parents that are doing this one, X, Y, and Z.
Bring them out.
But what we're trying to say is these school systems got different levels of brokenness. But like we have to start getting included into this. We know this system been broke. I graduated from Persian.
Oh.
All right, DPS school.
DPS school.
All right, so we know we need better.
Somebody on the call?
Oh yeah.
But right now, governor just put some money in place.
So how do we utilize that money?
Yes. Hello,
caller.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay, because they dropped the call twice. Listen, reparations.
Wait a minute. First of all, who is this?
This is Slide Soul, Slide Gold, Silverado. Sylvia, how y'all doing?
Okay.
Hey, Sylvia.
Listen, reparation education. The way I see it, the policies and the laws are controlling the conditions our conditions are in. There's so much money, and they keep telling you that this thing called budget, it ain't never enough, or we ain't got it. Well, if they stop stealing, and if you guys start getting some forensic audits done,
say it again.
If you start getting them forensic audits done on that CAPA, the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, that's where they're hiding the money. That's where all the money that's supposed to fix your roads, help your schools, help all your city governments, all that money is being sent to the Canaan Islands and your beach that eats everything and paying your politicians and your preachers to look the other way while they get away with the resources that's needed for our children and our community. Forensic audit, y'all. A whole lot of folks will be going to jail. And y'all know which ones I'm talking about. So they're not about to let you vote their money or their wealth out. And the best way they can do it is to keep the populations dumbed down, numbed down, so they can keep on having their showdown and hold down. Thanks for taking my call.
I appreciate you.
Woke, y'all.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
no
you,
problem.
You spoke truth.
Thank you, Sylvia.
And this is why we had these conversations.
She's
because
right.
I like when people call in. But see, and you brought a lot out. But it also goes back again. You talking about a state that honestly owes a district money. How can you say or even agree with a sentiment? I mean, and I understand it was shock value. Okay, whoop-de-doo, shock value. Okay, whatever. If you owe me something, I owe you. But now I'm going to tell you, well, I don't like what you're doing.
So I'm not
I ain't giving you your money. I don't like the fact that if I give you this money, you might not spend it the way you should. Granted, I owe you this money.
You already owe it to me.
So how I do it is what I do.
I already negotiate terms. So I'll just be paying.
Again, when you're talking about somebody that we know is trying to fit one agenda, this goes beyond shock value. This goes into a certain rhetoric of somebody we just tried to get the hell away from not too long ago. But it's not been 2 years yet this guy been out of office? Going on 2 years? Close enough. Going to the midterms, right? Okay, so, again, this guy's trying to fit an agenda, and it's like, wait a minute. Why don't you help out a little bit? Don't destroy the system. Give the system the money that they need. First off, this isn't a Detroit issue. This is every school in a black neighborhood issue. How many of these schools have very bad facilities, or they have good facilities, just terrible education? And I mean, let's just be honest about it. This is an American issue. So, again, whoop-de-doo, shock value, but come on now. What really, if he was elected and he figured out how to stop money from coming to DPS CD, again, where do these children go? Are you going to send money home for the parents to homeschool and then homeschool? What does that look like? Some parents, look, let me tell you something. My daughter know more math than me. I'm just be quite honest. I'm going to tell you right now. If it come to X going to the pie and all this, that, and the, hey, sweetheart, hey, what the hell is this? So if I have to ask her something like that, what about the parents that didn't graduate, that have 3-4 kids at home, single mother, single father, that's having to go to work every day to make ends meet? So again, you cut that funding. What are they gonna be 100 people in the classroom at charter schools? Because now you're talking about having auditorium-sized classes with one teacher.
That's it. Because the charter schools are now being classrooms are being oversized because everybody.
You talking about starting lean on me? Y'all remember lean on me? Come on now.
I just saw about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. So, what really are we talking about?
Yeah, I think that with the idea of taking the money from the Detroit public school system is a ideology kind of thing right now. I think that once I know, I'm just saying, when Chief Craig spoke about that and what the community need to do there, I mean, this is where parents get involved.
Yes,
these are conversations where, and I'm only going back to when I raised my children. You know, when our parent-teacher conference stayed on jam. I'm just going to be honest. Shout out to George Ford Elementary School, Cody, and Brooks Middle School, because the parents then, we rocked. You weren't coming there telling us when we got letters from home and we got notices from home saying this and that was going on, and we had funding meetings and parents were involved in that. Oh, we showed up. I'm having a hard time with, and I worked at the time I was married. My husband worked, but we were there. So there is no fucking excuse for a parent to say, "Well, I have to work," and no, there's a thing called sacrifice. And let me tell you, I'm one of those mothers who did it. Worked, went to school, and I was at every parent-teacher conference. And let me tell you, it can be done. There is no excuse. If you don't know, then you ask. There is no excuse where I don't know what my kid is learning. Well, then you need to catch up with your kid. Yes. You need to find out how you can learn that so you and your children can learn it together and be engaged. Because the bottom line is getting that child through school. Giving that child the opportunity to have a life that we didn't have.
Yeah. And I'm
sorry. I'm hardcore about that. There is no excuse when it comes to the children.
No, I know you're absolutely right. None. And I want to pivot back to when, he's saying that, like you're saying, being a working parent, having parents that don't have the education, like we saying, to be able to do the math on 10th grade. That's me right here. Okay, at 10th grade. Oh. You able to call your sister. So
get some type of reinforcement going. Exactly.
But what we're saying is that the teachers play such a great role. So how dare, and I want to just say this point, he's just a candidate for this role. Right? Making this negative comment on a city that we already, or county already knew that has been negligent. There's somebody on, hold on, caller, that we know have been forgotten. Like we said, no have been ranked low. But the capacity of bringing solutions should have been the conversation.
That's where the parents jump
not distracting funding. Especially when we know new funding just been allocated to be able to trickle down and make our schools better. Right?
Hold on, let's get to this caller because I want to move
on.
Go
ahead, caller.
Move off of this. We'll be on this all night long. Caller, what's up? How you doing?
I am doing fine. How y'all doing tonight?
All right. Who are we talking to?
T.
Okay, T.
Hello, T. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, I'm doing just fine. So as a prior teacher in DPS, I can just tell you right now, the parents, they weren't invested in their children's future at all. Half of them, they don't show up. Matter of fact, most of them, 90%, 95%, they just never showed up. And you ladies, y'all brought about a good point. There is no excuse. I email my daughter's teacher. You can find out whenever their break time is. You can. There should be an open line of communication with your child's teacher. So there really is no excuse. And I think that is the biggest problem. Most of these parents are walking around now thinking it's the teacher's fault. When we spend X amount of time with them a day. Little JoJo know how to curse. He know everything about a shoe. He looks nice, but the lights on and nobody's home. That's a problem.
Absolutely.
Well,
excellent.
I thank you for that call, and I recognize his number, so that's my cousin, so I ain't going to I'm going to just put it out there. You want to call him T. Your name ain't T. I ain't going to say your name. What's up? I'm good.
Don't say my name. I'm not even a Facebooker or anything like that. I'm so private. But y'all were speaking so well, and I think we need to address that first and foremost because the suburbs, they don't have these kind of problems.
Right.
So I think that is the main reason, and that we need to start there first, And I'm not opposed to what I would want to know is if funding is taken away, what is the next step? What solutions do we have on the table if you do pull funding? That's what I want to know. What is the plan? There has to be a plan. If you want to say, hey, let's pull funding from DPS, what's the plan?
Right.
Totally agree.
And I can agree with that. Definitely have a plan in place if that's the ideology of things.
Well, I definitely appreciate you calling, especially being a teacher, being in the trenches.
Appreciate the work you do, teachers.
Definitely appreciate your service. So, I don't want to keep beating on a dead horse because I'm going to leave that topic alone. But this also brings me into the next topic because time is flying.
Now it is.
It's like, man,
now it's flying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But being a actual servant leader, being somebody that's actually in the trenches for the good, we sitting here talking about candidates and everything like that. You're going to have a crap load of candidates. I really want to say other things, but now I see I got religious people watching this, so I can't. To be a candidate, get out here, but the community don't know you. You haven't done any work. You haven't been to a funeral of somebody that's done the work. You haven't had a constituent cry on your shoulder because they've had a child lost because some clown was speeding, or they want speed humps because a 2-year-old was ran over by somebody that was speeding. These are the things that I feel like those of us, some of y'all that's watching tonight, you have got to be clinically insane to wake up every day to bust your behind on behalf of strangers, people that don't understand that you still got to go home to your family if you have one, people that don't understand that you still have a mental that you need to take care of. People don't understand that you have a body you still have to take care of. This is tireless work for the ones that do it the correct way.
Yes.
And this is why I brought this up, and it's amazing that it got led into this. If you're doing this thing the right way, a lot of people don't say thank you, and we don't look for that. But again, to wake up every day knowing nobody's gonna say thank you, knowing that you're gonna fix something that they gonna try to, once it gets done, they gonna want something else. What's wrong with us? But how do y'all feel about that?
Well, I'll say one aspect to be trained as an organizer and doing community work. They say it's 9% of us, of the population that think like us. Right, 9%. And so to, like you say, to have the compassion to wake up every day and to actually see a need and actually move on it and make sure that person need gets met. And we actually were just talking about it today with our team. The human work. It's human work.
Right.
And we care. Everybody don't care. And I think that is what shifts the dynamics. And I'm going to throw it out there. We call these different generations, but we actually uplifting these generation X's right now in certain capacities, right? But we kind of want to understand we're called also for purpose and the divine timing and for specific use. I know by my God, others may say whatever else may be called by, and whoever they call their God or they name them. But that's a real thing to actually be used to do the will of God and to actually help and change people's lives, especially when we know we go into these rooms.
Right.
Like when we say the consistent work that I do with the environment and housing, about us breathing. Right now, I have so many people talking about I'm having a problem breathing. And that was actual things we as leaders can put policies in place to make sure that we humans survive, right? Yep. So I'll pass that over to you.
You know, I just want to piggyback. It is definitely about the human side of everything. It's definitely about leadership, wanting to see change and putting policies in place that work for the people. That's the bottom line. There is no gray area. You want it to work. You create something for it to work. You take it to the floor. You fight for it. You get a team of people to go up there and y'all fight for it together. And you keep fighting till you win. That's the name of the game in this politics thing. Whether if parents don't want to see funding snatched from the Detroit public school system, get your ass up and go fight for that. Because you're waiting for somebody to do it for you. It's not many of us that can do it for you. It's very little of us and a lot of opposition.
That's it.
It'll be more of us, a little bit of us with the parent involvement or community involvement. Those numbers matter. And come in with a sincerity, wanting to see a change, not to just show up because they're giving you something. Because to me, if I got to give you something all the time to make you get off your butt to do what you're supposed to do, then I'm going to have to pull my cards from you. You're not getting my gift cards. I'm going to call it like it is. You're not getting them. If I'm going to give it to you, I want to give it to you because I'm trying to encourage you to get involved.
Uplift you
I'm not
from
paying you to come
that
do
you
something
might
you
have
should be doing
been
anyway.
down from.
Whatever your neighborhood issues are. Get involved in your community. Don't just sit there and you see something going on. You sitting there going, that's a damn shame. So what we going to do about it? Because I'm always like, let's go. But if I'm sitting there by myself and there's only one of me, I'm like, well, you know, I'll just march on by myself then. Because then again, I might pick up some people along the way and throw up the fist too. But the bottom line is, you want things to change, you get up. You don't want DP funding defunded. Parents, help the teachers. Teach your kids, get up, get involved. Community, you want to see change happen, get up, get involved, get out and vote. That's your solution. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything, but
I'm just putting it all into a nutshell
and
right now.
I wish you would quit hitting this table because you're going to mess around and knock something out.
You know
I understand you're getting emotion and everything, but look.
That's no emotion. That's just passion.
And you kind of almost leaned into it, and you did too. If you really look at it, and it really doesn't boil down to if you one person or 100 people. Jesus stepped into it by his damn self.
My point exactly.
So, at the end of the day, when you're doing stuff like this, I really believe that you're doing a work of a higher power and a higher calling. Because again, the wounds that you get, the mental beat down that you get,
absolutely,
caring about people again, and it goes beyond caring about people. You know, sometimes you forced to have to care about their pets. You know, some people, I got issues with pets. Like, oh, do you? You know,
yes.
And I just want to take the policy out of it. I don't mind you being a policy person, but can't I touch you? Can I have a conversation with you? Can you come on my block and not be scared to come on this block? Are you willing to talk to the people at the gas station? You know what I'm saying? So you could be a policy wonk all day long.
Yes.
But if you're not a relatable person, you're not a people person, that kind of almost creates an unbalance there. Because we got enough people that's policy people all day long, you don't see them. And then the ones that's policy people all day long probably don't know what the hell they want from you. You want from them, and they want, you know what I'm saying?
So it's a disconnect.
It creates a unbalance when you know you have one without the other, and that's why in the Otis campaign, I will be looking forward to having people that does know about policy involved with me because I am a community person, and it's up to me to know more. Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah, I just want to throw that in. But I mean, it's just really time for change. And I mean, what time is it? 8:48. We're gonna go into that topic you was talking about. We got time, real quick.
I do have one shout out for a new business that's happening, and I'll just do that at the very end. So. It's just okay. We'll just throw that. I want people to know who she is.
You're watching the Quarantine live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. We only got a few minutes left with 313-355-6018. And I hate to break the news to you. This is probably the last show of 2021, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll get back in that in a little bit. With that being said, 2022, new direction, new council, new reps, new Senate, new commissioners, new everything. What does that look like?
Yeah, no, that's good. He just threw out there what that looked like. No, I was, the conversation we were having earlier is like the mindset of the transitioning of the guards, right?
Yeah.
A lot of new power in position. We have the local level first. That's really what our city level residents should be starting to pay attention to.
Absolutely.
Right? We have some community council advisory.
Yeah, we have advisories
from D4.
Yep.
And then we have the new couple of new members from the community advisory for D7 also.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if everybody know that Fred Durhall currently is already seated as our councilman because we did not have one. So he's playing the interim along with in the top of the year, but he has already been sworn in. So we have a current seated one in representation, and they are moving things and seeking to the community and the district what our needs are, and specifically. But what, like we're saying, get ready to start thinking about those block club meetings and those asks we want to have with our new councils as we start moving forward, right? Because what's the main question everybody asking? Where the money
at?
Right? How many houses have gotten those repairs? How many people still waiting on the FEMA?
Yep.
We got some new money coming out.
Yep.
Through through the federal.
Yep.
And then also the state has some additional funding that they need to explain to make clear for the residents to be reaching towards.
Yep.
So there you go. And what makes when you say, well, what? That's just a lot of state stuff. Why should the city be reaching for that? Because Detroit is a different entity in itself.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
It has the capacity, and our mayor goes straight to the state to reach for a lot of our dollars, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
And then last but not least, like Dre said, we got some redistricting going on with these new, like we say, as we look at these new bodies, they're going to be new lines.
Yep.
So that means that
voting power is going to change.
And last but not least, and I'll pass it over, the number that it used to hold or represent no longer holds it the same.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to be talking about from that being informed at all of those levels, being engaged, and then making sure you got the right person that's going to represent you in 2022.
And that's the conversation that when we talked about the redistricting. It's being broadcast in radio and everything. They talked about it just this morning that this redistricting is going on and the shift of power is happening. That means that your power of your vote could change. So
it
will change. So we need to people really need to, residents and community, please hear this and hear this loud and clear. Get involved. Don't let the train hit you and you see it coming. And we're telling you because that's the seeing it coming. So if you just don't take heed to what's being said and you get hit with all these changes, please do not say no one told you. Last but not least, I want to say shout out to Boil Out LLC. Aisha Jones is the owner. Let me tell y'all something. If you want a tasty, delicious crab boil, freshly made to order, literally, please contact this young lady. I'm going to put her information up on my social media pages. Thank you, Aisha, for this amazing crab boil you gave me today, girl. It tastes like my grandmama made that crab boil. I'm not gonna lie to you. I licked the spoon and I had some sauce left over. And I'm gonna tell y'all my fat self did bottle the rest of that sauce for some later usage. Thank you for that amazing meal, and listen, I hope you get a lot of customers because it is well worth the money is well worth it. You won't be disappointed, y'all. You won't.
All right,
right. I just want to say thank you all again. This has been one crazy year. It's been up and down. but we made it through.
Yes, yes. Hallelujah.
All I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, love, give a damn, love. If you don't love, try to love. This the last one of the year. We'll catch y'all. Hey man, you know what it is. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of things you can call it. I can't tell you what to call it. Just enjoy yourself, man, and stay alive. That's the most important part. Try your best to stay alive. And I love y'all. Thank you for participating. See y'all, man, next year. And you know what it is. You got two candidates here. And we out.
Merry Christmas. You guys have a happy New Year's and happy holidays. Stay masked up.
That part.
And stay safe. And if you're coming to my event, see you tomorrow.
Have a good one. Everybody have a happy weekend.
Have a happy, safe week.